Have you ever wondered how safe America's corporate elite really are? This month, that illusion shattered when UnitedHealth CEO was brutally murdered in what authorities are calling a targeted attack. Suddenly, boardrooms across the country aren't just talking profits. They're scrambling for bodyguards, armored cars, and crisis management teams. Stay with me because today we're pulling back the curtain on how one assassination is reshaping corporate America forever. And if you're curious about the hidden shifts of power and security in our society, don't forget to hit that like button and stay tuned. Now, what exactly happened that sent shockwaves through the business world? On April 18, 2025, UnitedHealth Group's CEO Andrew Whitman was shot outside his home in Minneapolis. Authorities initially suspected a robbery, but quickly ruled that out. His luxury watch, wallet, and car were left untouched. Instead, evidence pointed to something chilling: a targeted assassination. According to an FBI leak reported by Bloomberg just 2 days ago, investigators believe the murder may be linked to corporate espionage, extremist political movements angry about healthcare costs, or even foreign intelligence operations. But why would someone target a health insurance CEO? Here's where things get darker. Since UnitedHealth dominates not just insurance, but also pharmacy benefit management and healthcare data, it has become a lightning rod for anger over rising medical costs. After recent exposés revealed that UnitedHealth profited massively during the 2024 healthcare crisis, resentment brewed. A group calling itself Healthcare Freedom Front even posted online threats weeks before the murder, accusing major CEOs of economic terrorism. And this wasn't an isolated incident. In the past 6 months alone, threats against Fortune 500 CEOs have risen by over 45%, according to a new Department of Homeland Security report published last Friday. CEOs of companies involved in energy, pharma, tech, and defense sectors are especially at risk. In fact, just days after Whitman's death, Amazon and Pfizer quietly upgraded their executive protection teams, hiring former Secret Service agents and investing millions into cybersecurity and physical defense. Why now, you might ask? Because the lines between economic power and political influence have blurred beyond recognition. When CEOs become as powerful as politicians, making decisions that affect millions of lives, they inevitably become targets. One security analyst from Stratfor put it bluntly last week: the new American aristocracy needs the same level of protection as heads of state. Now, it's almost surreal, isn't it? A world where CEOs are riding around in armored limousines while tweeting motivational quotes about leadership. Welcome to late-stage capitalism's dystopian sequel. But let's dig deeper. How exactly are corporations responding to this unseen threat? First, there's been a massive spike in demand for private intelligence services. Companies like Pinkerton and Gavin DeBecker are reporting backlogs for executive risk assessments and threat monitoring. Second, safe rooms are being installed in corporate offices and executive homes at record rates. According to Secure Core Technologies, the number of panic rooms ordered by Fortune 1000 companies has doubled compared to last year. These aren't your basic bunker rooms either. We're talking about biometric access, EMP shielding, independent oxygen supplies, and real-time satellite feeds. Third, there's a growing trend of executive anonymity. CEOs are being coached to scrub their personal data from public records, limit public appearances, and even use decoy vehicles to confuse potential attackers. Is it working? Sort of. The problem is that America's wealth gap has made symbols of wealth impossible to hide. When your private jet is on FlightAware or your mega mansion is Google Earth's first result, staying invisible isn't exactly easy. And what about the legal side? Congress quietly introduced the Corporate Protection Act of 2025 last week, a bill that would provide federal grants to companies for executive security if they are deemed critical to national economic stability. Supporters say it's necessary to prevent chaos in key industries. Critics call it corporate welfare for billionaires. Meanwhile, there's growing fear among ordinary Americans that this widening security bubble will create a two-tiered society, one where elites live in fortified bubbles while the average citizen is left more vulnerable than ever. A professor of sociology at NYU summed it up chillingly: "We are witnessing the privatization of safety itself." Now you might be wondering, Could Whitman's murder have been prevented if the corporate world had taken threats more seriously earlier? Many insiders say yes. UnitedHealth reportedly ignored at least 3 warning reports from private security firms flagging escalating threats against its executives over the past year. And that raises an even bigger question. Are companies treating security as an afterthought until it's too late? If recent developments are any clue, that's changing fast. From healthcare to finance to big tech, CEOs are beginning to live in a constant state of siege mentality. As one former CIA operative put it, the boardroom is now a battlefield. So where does this leave the rest of us? If corporate leaders are investing in private armies while public safety budgets shrink, are we heading toward a future where protection itself becomes a luxury commodity? Think about it. When the people making billion-dollar decisions are retreating behind blast-proof doors, it tells you something profound about the state of trust, stability, and fear in America today. And here's the final question. In a world where even CEOs fear for their lives, what hope is left for the ordinary citizen? If you find it as important as I do to stay informed about the real forces shaping our future, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and stay with us. The world is changing faster than ever, and you deserve to know what's really going on behind the headlines.